When approaching the bus, make sure you look at the body, make sure there's no damage, and make sure there's no fluids leaking underneath the bus. Make sure your emergency brake is on before you start inspecting the outside of the bus. Alright, this is one of our newer international buses. So again, let's start kind of at the top. Check the oil, make sure it's okay. Check the transmission, make sure it's okay. On the top, hoses and clamps all look secure. Nothing's leaking, nothing damaged. No oil leaks on the block. There's your brake fluid, make sure the level is okay. Have a quick look at the wiring, make sure it's not corroded. This is a brand new bus, so everything looks good here. Again, any wires, connections, make sure they're okay. Hoses, clamps, check the fan blade, check the radiator, make sure it's secure. Hood latches are secure. The coolant on this bus is on this side. You can check the free play on the steering wheel. Have a look at the steering box, steering arm. Quick look at the shocks, the pin, leaf springs down below look good. Make sure you look at frame and cross members, no damage, everything is secure. Going down inside the wheel, we can see the brake caliper. Make sure the lines aren't leaking. Heading right into the frame, nothing's leaking on the brake lines. Axle looks good. And inside the tire, everything looks good. So this side of the bus, of the engine, looks good. Moving to the passenger side, again, kind of start at the top. The airbox looks good. All the electrical looks good. Wires looks good on top. Engine block is good. Hoses and clamps, everything looks secure. Rad hose is good. Again, on this side, the fan blade. It's a little tougher to see the serpentine belt over here. Just make sure the free play is good and it's not cracked. So everything looks good there. No oil leaking. There's a better look at the serpentine belt here. Again, hoses, clamps, everything looks good. You can see the frame, no damage. Shock, the pin's in place. A good look at the shock here. Has a bottom pin, has a top pin, and leaf spring looks good. And on this side, same thing inside of the tire. Just check your brake lines, make sure they look good. The clamps look good. Inside of the tire, nothing's leaking. No bulges on the inside of the tire. And make sure you check your coolant level. So that looks good. So everything looks good on this side of the engine. Safety equipment check. Crowbar. Make sure you got a crowbar and it's secure. Make sure that your fire extinguisher is been tested. Make sure the gauge is working. Tag is still on it. So everything is good on the fire extinguisher. First aid kit is secure. We have our tab on it, so the first aid kit is good. You also want to make sure there's a seatbelt cutter. And the other thing is you want to look for your flares. So they're in different spots in different buses. So on this bus, your flares happen to be right here at the back of the bus. So that is your interior safety equipment check. The seat and seat belt should be adjusted and in good shape. Starting up the bus, make sure the pedals are free and clear of debris, no obstructions. Make sure you don't have anything on your dashboard, no debris. Then what you want to do is turn your ignition to the on position. Make sure that your gauges and your lights are working properly. All gauges and lights are working, so start the bus. Now that you have your bus running, check the steering lash, check the horn, left signal, right signal, brights, four ways are working, wipers are working, windshield washer is working. Then you can move over to your fans. Make sure your fans are working. Check your defrost. Make sure the defrost is working. Then you want to make sure your noise suppression switch is working. Right, once you've done that, then you can go ahead and check your windows. No damage to the windows. Windows open. Everything looks good on the windows. Then you want to check your mirrors. Make sure you mention your mirrors are adjusted properly. Interior bus check. So before you go to the back to check the interior of your bus, make sure that your dome lights are on, driver dome, and the dome lights at the back. And then put your left turn signal on and put your yellow flashers on. Now we're going to check the back of the bus. So we want to make sure that our dome lights are working. We have a driver dome light right here, and then all the other lights are working. You want to check the bottom of the seats. Just make sure that they're not loose. This one's a little bit loose, so you want to snug it in there. Check the back of the seats, make sure they're okay. So check them all as you go. Just make sure nothing's come loose. And then once you get to the rear of the bus, you're going to check the outside lights. That's why we put our left signal on and our flasher on. So when we open the door, the alarm will go off. We're checking for that. We're checking that the door stays open on its own, so I can't close it there. And then we're checking that our yellow lights are flashing. And we're checking that our signal light is working. So that's the light check at the back. You want to make sure that your heater is working also, so you can turn them on. And then as you go back through the bus, you want to check your emergency exits. So the alarm goes off, so that window's working. This one's working. And then you check them all. You also want to make sure that your roof hatches alarm's working. Again, you would check these windows. Same thing. Alarm works. Window opens. And then on the roof hatch, can be a little sticky. Sometimes you got to be careful. So everything is working on the emergency exit. So we've completed the inside. So now we're going to check the exterior of the bus. So we still have our yellow light flashing. We're going to turn our right signal on, and we're going to open our door. And when we do that, our red lights come on. So when we're checking the outside of the bus, you want to start with the door. So that's our starting point. All the glass looks good. Mirror is secure. Check your def cap, make sure it's secure. So we covered everything here. When checking your tires, use the ABCD method: air pressure, bulges, cracks, and depth. So with a hammer, check the sidewall for air pressure. B, check for any bulges in the tire. And C, check for cracks in the tire and the rim. D is the tire depth. It should be 3.0 millimeters, no less. Also, you can check the lug nuts to make sure nothing's loose, and check the hub to make sure it's not leaking any oil. Again, make sure all your mirrors are secure. Your crossing arm is out properly. Start at the top of the bus. School bus sign is there. The lights are flashing properly. The glass looks good. The hood, the front grille, the bumper, everything looks good. License plate is there, and there's no leaks underneath the bus. Make sure your headlights are working. Come around to this side of the bus. Again, we're going to check the tires, A, B, C, D. Air pressure, no bulges, no cracks, and the depth is within the allowable limits, which is 3.0 millimeters on the front. You can check the lug nuts, make sure they're all tight, and check the hub, make sure nothing's leaking from the hub and everything looks good. Mirrors look good, the glass looks good. The side of the bus, the body is good. The lights are working. Everything looks good on this side. Inside there's the battery box. You want to check your cables, make sure they're secure, nothing's corroded. Side of the bus looks good. And you want to check underneath the bus. So when you're checking underneath the bus, you can check the frame, make sure everything's good. You can see the exhaust is good, the hangers are good, and then you can even look at the far tire, make sure everything is good on that tire, nothing's leaking, and you can see the airbags. So everything underneath the bus looks good. So again, coming to the back tire, there's two tires on the back. So it's a little different. We want to make sure we check both tires. So take your hammer, make sure you've got good air pressure. So that's your air pressure. No bulges, no cracks, and the depth is within the allowable limit, which is 2.0 millimeters on the rear. Check your lug nuts, check the hub, make sure everything is okay. Make sure the valve stem is okay. Should be a valve stem on the inside of the dual, which is hard to see, but it's right there. So that tire is good. Side of the bus is good. Mud flap's good. Go to the back of the bus. Lights are all working. On top, we always start on top. School bus sign is good. Flashing lights are good. All the stickers are on. The glass looks good. Sign is working. You want to make sure this handle works from inside the bus and outside. Alarm will go off. There's a door catch and it's working properly. So you want to check your weather stripping, make sure it's not cracked. Everything looks good on the inside of the bus. Reverse lights are working. Reverse light on this side is working. License plate is good. And the exhaust is a couple inches away from the bumper. Bumper looks good, nothing's leaking underneath the bus. So on this side of the bus, we have the fuel tank. So one of the first things you want to do when you get to this side, open the door, make sure the cap is secure, and then you want to look underneath, make sure the fuel tank looks good and nothing's leaking. So everything looks good, nothing's leaking. You can check the other side of the tire from this side of the bus again, and the airbags. So everything looks good underneath the bus. Glass is good. All the running lights on top of the bus are good. The body looks good. So we're going to check the dualies on this side. The mud flap on this side is good. So again, you want to take your hammer and just make sure you'll get a feel for it. Make sure the tire pressure is good. So that's air pressure, A, B, C, D. Air pressure, no bulges in the tire, no cracks, and then the depth is good. You can check the lug nuts, make sure none are loose, everything looks good, and the hub is not leaking. The rest of the bus looks good here. So again, we're going to look underneath the bus from this side. Should look a little bit different than the other side. There's a better look at the exhaust, the hangers, the frame, drive shaft. Everything looks good on this side of the bus underneath. So we end up back at the door, which is where we started. The door is good. Your light should be working. Everything looks good. That completes the outside of the bus inspection. Okay, we're going to go over the 5-point brake test. The first one is stepping on the brake to make sure that the electric motor is working. With the ignition off, the brake should make a sound when you push it. So there we can hear the sound, so we know that the electric motor is working. So we're going to go ahead and fire up the bus. So the first thing that we notice is that the brake is on, the light is on, so that means that the emergency brake is on. So we're going to go ahead and release the emergency brake just so we can do our brake test properly. So you can see there that the brake has gone off, and now what we're going to do is we're going to step on the pedal on the service brake, and when we do that, which is right now, there's no light that comes on. This means that the service brake is working. So the other thing that we want to do is we want to hold the brake for a minute and make sure that the pedal is not going down more than 65%. That tells us that the fluid in the brake line is holding and nothing's leaking. So that's step number 2. All right, now that we know that the light doesn't come on when we step on the brake and the pedal holds, what we're going to do now is we're going to put the bus in gear and we're going to just test the brake. So this is step number 3. So we're going to move the bus ahead. There, we move the bus ahead and the brake works. We're going to put it in neutral. So we've done those 4 things Now the last one is we're going to apply the emergency brake, which is right there. And as we apply the emergency brake, we can see that the light has come on. And now we want to test the brake by putting the transmission in drive. And when we got the transmission in drive, we just want to step on the gas and get the RPMs to come up a little bit. And we know that the emergency brake is now holding. Okay, that completes the brake test.